Hello again, Dwayne, PhoenixTypewriter.com. Today we have a Wheelwriter, IBM Wheelwriter. This is a Wheelwriter 5, but this repair will apply to any Wheelwriter. Wheelwriter 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, personal 2, personal this. As long as it's got the full-size ribbon, this will apply. So what's wrong with this machine is, let's put that back in, let's turn it on, I'll show you. If your machine does this, that's how you fix it. Alright, this is very common. Machine acts like it's working, but it's not printing. Moves, daisy wheel spins, but there's no strike. Nope, no strike. That is the impact plunger, hammer, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to show you real quick how to take that out and fix it. So turn the machine off. On the side of the machine here, and take the case off first thing. Find a tool. So it's some kind of pokey tool, Pokemon tool. And there's slots on the side of this case. Very hard to see. Got a good angle for this, but it's right there, and you push in right there, and that rear cover will lift up. Let's see if we can get it. Alright. Okay, there it is. And there she goes. There's another one right about here. Right about there. So now see, that side is up. Alright, same thing on this side. Let's see if we can see these a little better down here. At least know how to take the case off this thing. That slot is right where the light's at, right there. It is really hard to see. Don't know how to push in on the slot there. You can feel a little tab moving. Where is that slot at? Okay, let's try right there. Got it. Now this should come up. There we go. Same thing up here. That is right about there. You can stick your head on there and see it. There we go. 4 latches. This whole case will come off. No screws. There she goes. Comes right off. I have to move this little red indicator out of the way sometimes. Otherwise it usually just comes right off. Okay, let's go ahead and take the ribbon out of here. What we're going to do is we're going to remove this carrier. We're going to start right over here. You need to remove the chrome shaft here. Flick this up and there's it's like a nut. It's like a nut assembly right there. And stick your wrench on here and you turn this shaft quarter turn clockwise. Now that shaft will slide out the side here. Slide out and you can manipulate it right on out of and then you got the whole rod in your hand. And the carrier is just kind of flopping around. What we need to do next is probably get some light in here. Go ahead and take this cord off the pulleys, both sides. It's just going to come right off. Just flick it off. So now, basically, you can pull this carrier right on out. This cable's still attached, so you got to be careful. Careful with this. It's stuck under here somehow. There we go. So we're going to want to just flip it around. Well, let's take the print wheel out of here. What we're looking for, and what we're going to aim to do, I'm going to show you the quick fix. The plunger is right here. This plunger has got a tip on the end that's broken off. And all you need to do for the quick fix of this machine, which is fine because sometimes that part's not available. If you look down this shaft, you'll see there's a, right in there where my light's shining, there's a screw and a nut right there. Right there where the light's at. That is the back side of the plunger. It's the part that is actually connected to this hammer. All we're going to do is push that screw in 2 turns, and that's going to make this plunger engage the hammer. And that's going to fix this problem. So what we need to do is get in here and turn that screw. Don't necessarily have to loosen the nut, just turn the screw, but the screw's not a normal screw. It's like a little nut, and I think this tool fits it. It does. So I cut this slot, it's this big, it's like a nut, and a small nut driver would work. But this fits, and you get it on that rod, and then turn it. Half turn, full turn, 1 1/2, 2 turns. What that did was close the gap between the plunger and the hammer. That actually will fix it. The true IBM fix would be to, there's a couple screws here, you get to them here, they're a little tricky, and this plunger will come out into your hand. Disconnect the cable, and then you'll have that plunger in your hand. And in fact, it looks like, just for your reference, I've got one here somewhere. I don't have a plunger handy, but hold on a second. Sorry for that, but this is the plunger. This is that plunger right there, and the cable that goes up here. What we're dealing with is this tip, and this one's got this little rubber tip right here. But that's removable and it deteriorates. So all we did was move the hammer closer. The only default here is this is a little bit of a cushion, and it makes it a little quieter when it strikes. But the new one will deteriorate too eventually. This is a permanent fix. Okay, so we just need to get the carrier back, make sure this cable is right. Let's take this big cable and go ahead and stick it on the pulleys. Manipulate it on there just like that. So now it's moving. Rod back in. The side that has that key assembly goes in this way. So let's stick it through the carrier, and then it's gonna go through that slot over here a little bit. It's gonna go through there about a 1/2 inch worth. That will allow that side to go back in its side. Now it's in there, and all you got to do is reverse this procedure here and turn that nut counterclockwise. It's not a nut, it's the whole shaft. Grab that and turn it. You'll feel it snug up. Now the carrier's moving back and forth. So let's put a ribbon on. Oh, let's put the print wheel in. ribbon on. Let's go ahead and power it up. Ribbon it now. Now the print wheel's set. There she prints. And if we put the correction ribbon on, it probably corrects too. So it's not correcting too well, but probably the ribbon is bad. Probably have to replace that ribbon. Come on, buddy. Let's get in there. Yeah, we'll just replace the ribbons. Not taking much good, but that will fix it. Good day.